Free at last! This travelling in a cage through the overworld really made me miss that musty, stuffy dungeon air. What exciting scent is that rising to my nose? Is it... Okay, which one of you little snots did that?
While Talia was more or less enjoying her new freedom, her stepbrother Tristan was roaming the overworld with his entourage.
The next stone was bound to be around here somewhere, but I'm having a hard time finding my way around this foul place. Men, we will set up camp here and drive the darkness from this place.
Tristan, again? I've really seen about enough of these relatives lately. It feels like Thanksgiving and Christmas happening back to back. And then he even dares to rid the area here of its stylish greys. Just you wait. I'll make you pay for everything.
But before Tanya could arrange a reunion with her stepbrother, it was urgently necessary for her to raise a powerful army. However, the underground was infested with spiders who called it their home. In addition, some particularly hard layers of stone stretched through the underground. In order to dig through these layers of stone, the research-addicted evil first had to research better tools for its little snots. But this required a fair amount of evilness. One could gain a particularly great amount of evilness by defeating a good being. Like this unicorn, for example, which, by chance, of course, and completely in tune with the context of the world, currently resided here.
Kill the unicorn for an extra portion of evilness. Sounds like a great way to start the day.
The hero's camp was not only doomed, it had already met its demise.
My brothers! In your eyes, I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the courage of true heroes is extinguished, when we abandon our companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. I wish I could stay with you, but I must continue to pursue the quest. We shall meet again.
With these words, Tristan made good his escape.
What? That coward! Come back here, you miserable little runt, so I can get back at you for the days upon days of excruciating rides in a cage! Ah!
You have unearthed a new area of the dungeon. Another of the heroes' camps had been destroyed. Talia and the cunning evil had done it. The heroes' camps lay in ruins.
You got that right! Tristan! Come out, wherever you are! It's like that time I turned 8, except this time you're the piñata. Tristan? Where are you?
In her destructive frenzy, Talia had forgotten about Tristan's somewhat precipitous departure.
Right, that freaking coward! Oh, I was so busy beating the crap out of heroes that I totally missed it! Whatever. I have to look at this ominous council of little snots anyway. I guess my revenge will have to wait. Postponed, but not abandoned.
Talia had left a trail of devastation on her way to the Council of Little Snots. Now, only the city of Heroes Gorge stood between her and her path to the peak.
Excellent. So they call it Heroes Gorge. I think I'll rename it Heroes Grave when I'm done with it. Forward, creatures! Time to...
Then, out of nowhere, Tristan appeared, just as if he were following a bad script. A bad script would be ashamed of this crummy story.
Men, this place must be protected. Stand firm and light the beacons. Oh yes, and activate the magic tower.
Hey, that's not fair! Treachery, cheating!
Powered by the mana ray from the magic tower, Heroes Gorge was now protected by a magic shield, impenetrable to evil's creatures. The sharp-witted evil set to work on a plan. It had to take control of the tower. Maybe that would not only bring down the shield, but could also be used for something else.
Sounds like a brilliant plan. Forward, creatures! Oh, don't smash that thing. Capture it and get me the deeds to it.
The Infernal Evil already had some more experienced demonic creatures at its disposal. A chamber of relaxation would have to be built to prevent them from becoming unhappy.
Chamber of relaxation? Lazy sods. The things you do for your subordinates.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. The conquering evil had taken the magic tower. With a few skillful tweaks, this was converted into a powerful weapon, capable of taking areas of the map under fire.
Just what I need. With this, we'll destroy Balderon. I mean, Hero's Gorge, of course. Go ahead, lock and load, and then we'll throw some pies at them.
Men, I see the fear in your eyes. Evil has taken the tower. If we do not do something, the shield will eventually collapse. Fortunately, the time has not yet come to despair, for there is a solution. Mana shipments!
It seems that Tristan had not been dropped on his head as a baby, as some people claim to be the case with his stepsister.
Hey!
And so he ensured that, in the future, mana would be shipped overland to the shield.
Onwards, comrades! Clear the way for the first shipment!
What? What a jerk! Forward, creatures! Stop 'em! Tear 'em apart! Smash 'em! Cut 'em apart with paper, so it really hurts. Oh, yes, we sure showed that. That was a nice little warm-up. Oh, by the way, did we manage to kill Tristan too? Is he lying around here somewhere?
Talia test-speared several of the dead heroes, but there was no sign of Tristan. Apparently, Talia had failed to notice that the latter had already absconded some time ago.
That kind of spoils the joy of victory for me, I've got to admit.
Of course, this is only the 6th mission. It would probably be a bit too much to ask if the whole thing with Tristan was over now.
I could definitely drag out his demise, let me tell you. Believe me, I can be very creative. But enough of that. It's time to finally get to that Council of Little Snots, get a new vessel, and then finally finish off those heroes.
The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Oi, you lazy gits! Why is that taking so long? Come on, get off your lazy asses and bring that dynamite over here so we can get that darn artifact thing out of the ground!
But the storm, Milady Queen! How are we supposed to work in this storm?
Call me later. You can go on the doctor to certainly remove my boot from your arse! That little breeze ain't no storm, you candy asses! Besides, we're looking for that artifact so that it can protect you precious little cupcakes from the wind! Now, get a move on, bring that dynamite over here, and let's get the fireworks started!
While the Dwarf Queen was digging in the mountains, Talia had completed a portion of the climb to the summit.
What, pray the hell, do you mean portion of the climb? I just did my cardio training for the next 3 years. Is it just me, or do I end up climbing some peak in every damn part of this series?
Important things seemed to have a penchant for hiding in remote places, and the Council of Little Snots was no exception. Talia had to reach the mountain peak. The Council of Little Snots could be found there. She would have to gain access to it via the Twisted Cave system. For this reason, and of course because of the many heroes who kept appearing, it was imperative for her to build a dungeon here.
Okay, good idea. I can take a short breather. Okay, creatures, you're up. Dig tunnels, find dwarves, and pull out their beards.
The storm passed and lost strength. Now was a good time to hit the overworld to earn some evilness there.
What now? But I just made myself a cocoa with unicorn marshmallows. I mean, absolutely true. That's what I thought. Forward, creatures! Out into the cold with you! Pillage, plunder, move trail markers!
The first Horde potion bubbled happily away, waiting to be used by the potion through evil. The artifactless evil still hadn't dug up said artifact. This was sad, as it would make the ascent to the Council of Little Snots significantly easier.
Some of us just have more important things to do. Not everyone can sit in a warm, cozy recording studio, sipping his tea and filling the time between due cigarette breaks with pointless dribble.
Your army has just decreased in size due to death.
Oi, you punks! It's about time I personally introduced you to my fists! This one is hefty, and this one is righty, and they both smell like doom. Oh, that's for sure. We haven't seen a bathtub in a while, have they? Never mind the rest of what they're attached to. I know you're tempted, you. What's here? I'll try to kill you last. Die!
The glamorous evil had discovered access to the secret...
Ugh. Finally, I've reached the thrice-damned mountaintop. But next time, I'll have my creatures build a cable car instead of climbing something like this again.
Of course, you could always try to quit smoking and drinking and do more for your fitness. Just a suggestion. Personally, it helped me a lot. And now that I'm training for marathons, I'm...
Yeah. Thanks so much for your little prep talk. Could you please write your well-intentioned advice on a piece of paper so I can make a paper aeroplane out of it?
Ungrateful wretch. Be that as it may, Tanya had actually made it to the top. There, however, all that awaited her was an inconspicuous stone gate.
That's less than impressive. Could it glow or something? Is the battery dead? Maybe I should smack it with the flat of my hand.
Tanya was obviously intellectually out of her depth, trying to decipher this riddle. All she had to do was utter the secret formula. Fladdery Dutch.
Flattery Dutch.
Fladdery Dirk.
Flattery Duck?
Well, that didn't work.
That didn't. Very funny, hilarious. They should give you your own TV show for your jokes, you comedian.
Yes, thank you. I am waiting for offers. My agent will get in touch. In the meantime, you might want to just press that little button on the side so we can finally get back to business.
Stupid button. Stupid narrator, stupid council of little snots.
Talia had finally reached the venerable Council of Little Snots, high upon Mount Snotmore. These wisest of the wise gathered together, and Talia asked them the most pressing question weighing on her mind. Would she herself one day sit on a throne as a ruler? Would she hold the strings of power in a 5th installment of the Dungeons series? Would the overpaid narrator finally shut his mouth? Wait a minute! Talia's stupid questions simply bounced off the wise little snots. The most important question in the room, and for this story, was that of a new vessel for the absolute evil. The wise little snots deliberated. When they finally stepped in front of Talia again, who still hung on to her naive dreams, mumbling, and unlike me has only been with us for 2 installments, the leader of the little snots held a bundle in its hands. Inside this bundle was a cute, cuddly, never-before-seen baby little snot. It's crazy the ideas they keep coming up with. The little snot named Gorgu had to absorb the essence of absolute evil in order to serve as an adequate substitute. But apparently the little diaper butt was not yet strong enough to absorb all of the required essence. Talia would first have to train and strengthen Gorgu before he could fully absorb the power of the absolute evil. The Big Eaty. Talia had caught the young Gorgu's favor. With a little more power, he could quickly become the new absolute evil. But to do so, he would need to be strengthened.